With Obi-Wan Kenobi Episode 3 now out on Disney+, a lot of Star Wars fans are already looking forward to Episode 4 to see the bigger confrontation between both Darth Vader and Obi-Wan Kenobi again. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars updates. Also, by the way guys, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support. It is greatly appreciated. Now, one thing about the future of the Star Wars franchise is that we do have a handful of movies and TV shows that are working in conjunction with each other, as well as the books, the novels, and the comics that's really going to propel Star Wars in a brand new era. And that's exactly what creators like Jon Favreau, Deborah Chow, Peyton Reed, Dave Filoni, George Lucas, and other people out there are really trying to do as we speak. Now, given that, of course, Disney CEO Bob Chapek is heavily involved with a majority of the Star Wars projects and is really trying to build things from the ground up, so far I think that he's doing a pretty decent job with The Mandalorian Season 3 and 4, allowing what Jon and Dave want to do at free will, as well as the Ahsoka Tano show. Tales of the Jedi, I think, looks very promising. It looks like it could be just as popular as Star Wars Rebels if done properly, but I digress. Moving forward beyond all of this, one thing a lot of fans have been very curious about is, of course, the new Star Wars movies, and this is something that Lucasfilm is currently, as we speak, gearing up and pretty much boiling in the pot, really making it to become a reality in the next couple of years. So far, Star Wars TV shows are going to be the main focus, and we've known this for a very long time, that Lucasfilm and Bob Iger, a couple of years ago, wanted to create a hiatus on the Star Wars movies, and now things are finally beginning to move in motion for the first time in a very long time, to say the least. So, with that being said, currently Disney and Lucasfilm are focused on expanding the past, the Star Wars TV shows, and getting back into the Star Wars movies for the fans to enjoy. Now, it's described that currently Disney CEO Bob Chapek has been working heavily on the plans for the 4th Star Wars trilogy, which will take fans into a brand new era of the franchise known as the Forbidden Era of Star Wars. Now, this new take on the Star Wars universe is described to feature actors Keanu Reeves as Lord Valar, a Sith King, and even Jennifer Connelly as Princess Valar. However, recently Disney made a final deal with one of the most beloved actresses in Hollywood, and that recently Elizabeth Olsen was cast to portray a new character in the new trilogy of movies that will be announced by early 2023. Now, this character is currently dubbed simply as Lady Empress, who will hold ties to the ancient Sith that existed thousands of years ago. Now, this new trilogy is described to still be up for debate between Disney executives on whether or not they want the new trilogy to debut on Disney Plus or to put it in actual theaters. Many executives so far are currently pushing to put this new trilogy on Disney Plus in order to create breathing room for the solo Star Wars movies, such as the ones by Taika Waititi and Kevin Feige. Now, Olsen is set to play Lady Empress, who will actually be the head of one of the Sith royal families, set in an age set between the Old Republic era and the High Republic of Star Wars, and is described to be the darkest point in Star Wars history that will actually feature many dark elements. Now, let me just stop right here for a second. Now, the thing about Elizabeth Olsen, and I know that a lot of fans love this actress, is that I really do believe that she's a very talented actress. Do I believe that she fits the evil Sith role? Absolutely, 100%. Do I think that this could very well support Star Wars in an even bigger way? Absolutely. But the biggest question of all is, who will be handling the character exactly when it comes to executing the character, when it comes to, of course, how it's going to be written, exactly, what the acting is going to be like. That all is a big mystery as of right now. Now, we already know that George Lucas is going to be involved as a co-writer. We talked about this a couple of months ago, that they are getting multiple writers, more than 3 writers, to be involved on these new Star Wars films, this new trilogy, if you. I think that at the end of the day, the fact that Disney executives are really battling over whether or not this trilogy deserves to be in theaters or should be put on Disney Plus is another thing to be a little concerned about. I don't know about you guys, but I'm a real theater person when it comes to Star Wars movies, because you get to experience it on the big screen, you get to experience it with other people, and you get the reactions out of the fans, and it just feels like more like an event. I don't know how to describe it. It feels more like an event, to say the least. So, moving from all of this is where things begin to really pick up, is that since Disney has been enjoying Olsen as Scarlet Witch, aka Wanda, they have always wanted her to portray a new villain in Star Wars. Now, creator George Lucas is described to be involved as a co-writer for the new trilogy of movies that will begin filming sometime by late 2023. This new trilogy is described to also feature brand new Sith acolytes that belong to the world of Exegol, and the story of the Exegol throne will also be explored as well. Now, the approach that Lucasfilm is going for is to make these movies a mixture between Game of Thrones and Star Wars mixed together to create something truly unusual and new to the fandom. Now, Elizabeth Olsen is set to announce her involvement in the Star Wars universe by the beginning of 2023 to begin the hype from the fans, and that her character is set to debut in new canon material starting this holiday season, be it in the books or comics, to boost the familiarity of the character. Actor Keanu Reeves is also getting ready to make his announcement for Star Wars by 2023 to really get things rolling. Now, Lucasfilm is aiming to get the first film out by the very beginning of 2025 that will truly evolve the Star Wars universe, where both Olsen and Bob Chapek actually have already been involved in multiple conversations with George Lucas about their approach to these new movies, and that Lucas is set to be neutral over if the films arrive in theaters or on Disney Plus. So, again, here's my problem with Disney Plus, and I don't really have a big problem with it. I really should word this carefully. I don't have a problem with movies debuting on Disney Plus, but I would prefer them to actually be debuting in theaters for the reasons that I labeled before. Feels more like an event, you get the reactions out of people, it feels more fun, it feels more like an event. That's the main thing for me, at least. If they're gonna put it on Disney Plus, hey, I'm open to that, I'm fine with that as well. Just make sure to make the movies have a lot of budget, because I feel that movies that come out in theaters always have a higher budget, because you're gonna have more people going to that. But at the same exact time, when it's a Disney Plus Star Wars film, or a trilogy in this case, they're relying on subscriptions, not necessarily repeated purchases. And what I mean by that is, if they were movies in theaters, people can buy tickets multiple times. That's the big thing there. That's how Disney could make more money, is that basically people could like these movies and see it 3, 4, 5, 6 times, like with what happened with the prequel trilogy. I remember back in the day, people were seeing that movie, Revenge of the Sith, 5 to 7 times. And it makes you wonder, what kind of potential Disney could really have. So overall, guys, let me know what you guys have to say about all this below in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Gun in hand, we are alone again. No, I'm not the one from night to morning.